reality is very often not as it seems at first glance. And that dynamic plays out in a very significant and dramatic way as Sefer Breshit comes to an end and as Sefer Shemot begins. When Yehuda confronts Yosef at the beginning of Parashat VaYigash, it seems at a superficial level that Yehuda is at the very bottom of a hierarchy where he's looking up to Yosef, who has all the power over the situation. And of course, Yosef is underneath Paro, who has the ultimate power in this situation. And that seems to be such a clear hierarchy that's so blatant in a way that maybe we don't experience so often in our democratic lives. Paro is in charge, and beneath him is Yosef. And beneath Yosef is his brothers who are pleading, who are begging, who have to bow down before this Egyptian ruler to get the food that can keep them alive. And yet, just beneath the surface, the dynamic is entirely different. Paro, yes, he's in charge. Yes, he's the king. But his very life and the survival of his kingdom is dependent on Yosef's effective administration of this food collection and distribution system. And so despite all of Paro's power and his title, it's entirely dependent on someone else. And he knows that. And that someone else, Yosef, knows that despite his power and his popularity and his ability to influence the affairs of Egypt is all dependent on the goodwill of Paro. And it came to him in an instant, and it can go away in an instant, as has happened to him numerous times in his life, where he's been on top and then been thrown into a pit again and again. And he knows that can happen again. And Yosef's only chance for stability and happiness and security is to find out if, in fact, or if not, he's going to be able to reveal himself to his brothers and once again return to being part of a family where he would be accepted. And that, of course, depends on the words that Yehuda speaks. And so in this moment where Yehuda and Yosef are confronting each other, Yehuda actually is the one who has all the power. And the whole story is really hinging on whether or not Yehuda is going to say the right words that will demonstrate that Yosef will be able to reveal himself and return to his family and actually there find acceptance and safety in a way that really is not possible for him in Egypt in a sustainable way, in a way that he can rely on. So this dynamic, as we descend to Egypt and eventually as our subjugation in Egypt begins, is really that carries through into that entire experience in Egypt, where it seems that the Egyptians were on top and we were on the bottom, but actually we had the support of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. God was supporting us, and ultimately we're the ones who emerged from that situation with our power as God's children really became revealed at the end. I think Jewish community can really be a place where this dynamic is intentionally brought to bear, okay, where in the outside world, some people have more money and some people have less, and some people have more power and some people have less, and some people are thriving in their lives and some people are not doing quite as well. But within the walls of our shuls, within the embrace of a Jewish community, we can take that hidden reality and make it revealed and make it manifest. Within the confines of our community, every Jew is a brother and a sister. Within the confines of our communities, every human being is a creation, a unique creation of God endowed with infinite value and dignity and sanctity. I think that's the job of our community, right? To take the things that are hidden and to make them manifest and felt. And that's what our Jewish communities at their best can display, because there's the way things appear in the outside world and the way things really are with a deeper look is often very different. And I think our job is to build communities where the true reality of human dignity, the true reality of the brotherhood of Jews is felt and observed and is just manifest for all to see. Thank you so much for listening.